Who ain't been on in years.
Yeah, I need to understand.
Yo, what up?
What up?
You didn't warn me that I was gonna get abducted. What the fuck is that
shit? Told you it was a little countdown.
Yeah, that wasn't a little countdown. You did 30 seconds. That
was like the that was like when you call somewhere like for like credit card information, they like, we can put you on hold.
Music and every damn thing. I'm gonna
the way
it's my shit now.
the way the graphics was going on, God, I thought the Star Wars and the galaxy far, far away was gonna start.
I think we need that for the intro. It's like,
oh God, oh God, oh God. That was quite the surprise.
Right.
All right. You gonna intro us, Chef Rome?
Yes, sir. We got my man Scotch with E. You've seen him on other podcasts. You may know him as 401k Dick. But here he is Scotch with E.
Wow.
Thank you. We'll keep my dick
we got my brother since forever, T Dot, and myself personally, Rome the Chef. So fellas, we got the podcast about nothing, and we just recently found out that he likes a show that's doesn't like a show that's not been on for.
No. You have to get it correct.
I'm sorry.
No, you asked.
Not anymore.
Exactly. The question was, do you fellas like Seinfeld? I said, yeah, I sure do. And he goes, not anymore. Nigga, ain't no new episodes. You need to tell me what happened to make you stop now.
People's choices of preferences and what they like can grow and change. Like reruns of these shows can really alter you sometimes. You ever like to watch Saved by the Bell again? You like, yeah, man, I don't really like Zach Morris. Okay.
Oh yeah, Zach. He's trash.
Zach Morris is trash.
I agree.
When you was a kid and watching it, Zach was cool because you was like, oh man, he can pause everything and get everything he want. But now when you're an adult, you watch the show, you like, oh, he's an asshole. I don't think I like
touche.
You can go back and not like something. So
is it could it be because of me, Mr. Steven Richards?
I mean,
I forgot Kramer did that. I did forget that.
See,
he did have an incident.
So I mean, we're gonna let people have what they want in their lives. I think that's fair to say on the podcast. And if I don't like Jen Rummy and you want to play Ben West, like whatever. Like,
I understand. I was just trying to get some clarification on when in the timeline did you decide you didn't like it anymore? Now I get it.
When the motherfucker made a branch reality, that's just all of a sudden I like the Cosby Show for a long time. That deal with branch reality, and that
hey, that was the way they. That was the way they partied back then.
Yeah.
Right.
When roofies was normal, but now you go to jail for stuff like that. So I mean, I'm down with you. I don't rock off the Cosby Show.
I can see that. Speaking of the Cosby Show, did anybody catch Keke Palmer saying that Claire Huxtable was uppity? I didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Keke Palmer was on some podcast and she went on some rant on how She can't get down with Claire Huxtable because Claire Huxtable came off as uppity because of the way she talked and feel. I didn't feel she was uppity. I felt she was educated.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it might have came. Keke Palmer might have came across as ghetto to her.
It might be because I don't like Keke Palmer either, man.
Oh, okay. So what did Keke? I'm just playing.
You don't want, you want to know what Keke does? Nothing much. I don't know. I just don't care for it. I think she be lying on. I think she lies on Trey Songz, but I don't think she lies on Trey Songz.
I can understand why. There's a lot of people who would say that people who enunciate, have good grammar, carry themselves certain ways that they uppity, because sometimes it goes against the narrative of being cool, So I can understand that. I know there's been plenty of people throughout time and history that people perceive as one way because they carry themselves one way, and you may be carrying yourself the opposite. So now all of a sudden, there's a problem because I drink my tea with my pinky up, and you drink your tea with your pinky locked into your cup. Now I'm uppity because I'm a pinky up guy, but we both drink tea. So why are we over here talking crazy to each other?
That's a great analogy. I do like that. But do you drink tea with your pinky up?
Sir, it's the only way that I've learned how to drink tea. So I don't,
you uppity ass Negro.
Man. I'm doing a shot. I'd be like,
ain't nothing wrong with it.
Pinky up on your cup. Let me see.
Dwight Schrute, baby.
They will see.
Oh man.
So what y'all got planned for the 4th?
Keke need to shut up. I'm just gonna leave that there right there. I'm just gonna put that down. Keke need to shut up.
4th of July.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat with family, wife, kids, and do fireworks with the children, man. With the spoiled kids who get fireworks. And I try and convince them not to, but that is what it is. But I will not go see fireworks in the city because I don't like people. So it is what it is. How about you fellas?
I'm going to do what I do every holiday. And that's go to work so that I don't have to be bothered with being asked to cook anything. Because I've already cooked at work.
Damn. I ain't doing nothing at all. I'm not doing what you doing or what you doing. I'm gonna do the opposite of what everybody else is trying to do. And like you, Chef Rome, I am not going to let nobody persuade me into cooking because we throw down, and I'm not doing that for nobody. I do have a brisket that I may work on just so I can play around with some stuff since it's the holiday.
Are you going to risk it all for the brisket?
No, I'm going to risk it for the brisket. This is the way. So I may play around with a brisket. I won't be able to smoke it like I typically would. Though my wonderful smoker sitting here, I'm in a property that won't allow for me to smoke stuff.
Wow,
gotcha.
That sucks.
It does, but I have learned how to oven roast a brisket to perfection as well. You can do it and make it just as tender. So I'm working on the brisket. I'm risking it for the brisket, and then otherwise, I may be paying somebody's daughter rent somehow, going to a club that is only for gentlemen.
You know what? Yeah. You'll see plenty of fireworks there.
Thank you.
That is true.
Yeah,
I've been to
pop off.
I've been to a gentleman's establishment in a long time. What type of music do they play there now?
Well, I mean, the only type that you need, because if you got like a booty that requires like some work where it's on a fixed position, how they move it one way or another. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be on that pivot thing, so it has to be ratchet. Okay, you need ratchet music in order to make it work, and they do. They play a lot of ratchet music.
So, what's the ratio to natural to enhanced?
I wouldn't know because I don't go in like going BBL versus non-BBL. I do pay attention to the little scars, you know what I'm saying? So how many I see? I mean, I would say 3 out of 5 may have had something done, but I will say like there was a whole subset of people or ladies that you like, oh girl, you should have got something done. Like you ain't here with oh girl, she thicky thick. You over here, you sticky stick, right? Like you know, like, she a brick house and use a straw house, right?
You can always tell by the belly button. Like they got the different type of belly button. The belly button is a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
In other news, the Booty Warriors out of prison.
The Booty Warriors out of prison.
The Booty Warrior is free.
I guess he been out for a while, but like they just had an interview with him, and guess what? That nigga still like booty.
I mean, he wouldn't be the Booty Warrior anymore. What he would be?
He said, "I have a wife, but I still like booty."
Thank God for the Booty Warrior being released sometime within the last 5 years or whatever. Thank God, you know. Isn't it funny that his time of being in prison was the same amount of time between like the Thanos snap, right? Thanos snapped the Booty Warrior away for a little bit, and he came back. Gotta be careful out here. We need more Mad Titans to save us from Booty Warriors.
The Booty Warrior, high as stuff. This nigga is out here, crack fiend, slack jaw, no teeth, wide open. I'm like, what is going on?
Hey, but he's still getting booty.
Getting it one way or another. Is the easy way or the hard way, Mr.
Or the hard way. It does not matter. He's gonna get that booty.
You know I like it.
Speaking of getting booty. What about the buns and guns? Well, we got guns out. We got guns out. Guns is out of the league for a little bit. You know, we ain't gonna talk about that misguided youth Demetrius, but buns, man. I mean, my man Zion, man. I mean, where y'all stand on it? I just feel he a young man, just doing him. So
listen, at 23, I was chasing buns too. So, I mean, I can't blame him. You put $100 million in the hands of a 23-year-old. Yeah, he's about to go turn up. Like he's about to go fuck whoever he can.
He's about to
all the porn stars that he watched that he wanted to fuck. Yeah, he's about to live out that whole fantasy.
As Ye would say, it's up. It's up.
Nah, I agree with you, Chef Rom. You give certain people resources, and they're gonna utilize said resources. That's just what it is, you know.
He's 23. What do you expect?
I mean, I expect buns and guns. That's what
buns and guns.
Like, and we actually should be lucky that we even know about it, because typically the way these kids rock, like, you know what I'm saying, like. They be doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and we be finding out later. Like, you know, he at least he was honest about his stuff. He out here doing it like in people's face.
He thought Snapchat was gonna save him. Like, hey, as soon as she read it, it disappeared. Like, she was screenshotting shit.
That's right.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Boop 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 boop.
Yeah.
The only place I could say he made a mistake was just being a young man and not being careful about the way he went about leaving a paper trail.
Mm-hmm.
He and that's just being 23. He should have been corresponding with her through a third party, and the things that he really wanted to say, should have only been face to face when you got plausible deniability. Yeah, her word against mine. She's sitting here, I got some of her messages from him. She said, if any of those tapes leak, you're finished. I let you spit in my mouth. All type of wild stuff. That, yeah. She was actually banned from Twitter for constantly harassing Zion. She just kept at him and just saying crazy stuff about him, his baby mom. But I mean, what do you expect? But he's young. He didn't know no better.
Right. Yo,
He
at the
didn't
same time, I feel like we got to get at these females, because if this would have been a situation with a female with a dude at her like that, like it'd have been on some like predator type stuff. Like we got to get these older females preying on these young dudes.
Oh, she's not that old though. She's a youngster. I just think she's ratchet.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take the opposite opinion of that shit from where I would say I would want older women to prey on me. I just think women need to be a little bit more say it with your chest out here, because like you 60 and with it. I mean, I saw this video of this 70-year-old lady who looked like she's 23 or whatever, and I'm like, that's the type of cougar I want pursuing me. Okay, I want that golden goddess to be coming after me. I want that silver mink famous chick to be coming on down here. She just want to give me a little bit of loving and some breakfast. You know what I'm saying? And let a man lay. I think I want more of that than I want the 20-something-year-old ratchet chick out here that just want to steal my money, or you know what I'm saying, or live in my house for free and want princess treatment. Go ahead and give me that damn cougar to take a prince into a pauper. You know what I'm saying? Because she gonna pull me up. I want all of that. I'm just saying.
And I mean, also to play devil's advocate for Miss Mariah, she did kind of have a point about you out here playing with my life, because with her being in the industry, and she's a big star in the industry, she does get regularly tested. She makes sure she's safe. And he had a baby with another woman who's an OnlyFans model who out here, doing other stuff. So I could see her being kind of upset, more or less, that he didn't keep it a buck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm out here moving a certain way. Because, reading the text messages that he's sending her, I love you, baby type stuff. How much is going to cost for me to move you out here or have you out here per month? I just think it was him being young and messing with a ratchet woman who that's what she going to do. I get what you're saying, Ron. We got to get at them, but she ain't the right example, because she just.
She is ratchet. She 31. He's what, 23?
23, yeah.
Yeah.
Why she ratchet?
You know what? You're right. She really ain't. We just calling that because that's the job that she's doing, the industry that we have partaked in viewing. So I can't call her ratchet. You right about that. She
ratchet?
She just a little hurt. I think she thought that was her ticket. Honestly, it seemed, reading the messages, it seemed like she was more hurt. Like, she might have really thought, yo, we got something. I'm about to get me one. Like, and
I'm done.
Zion.
I mean, you can't tell. Listen, look, we talked about Gentlemen's Club earlier. You can't tell me there ain't no chick out here that was hoping that some dude can help her not have to strip ever again in her life. Like, she liked the fast.
Very true.
She had the steady money. She'd be rolling with steady money instead of being here, you know what I'm saying, spending her time. Now, there is those who would be considered ratchet, who'd be like, look, they got a good man at home. They ain't got to do this, but you know what? They got to twerk. I got to be out here shaking my goods. I got to. My mom, it's a money maker. I only know it was a money maker. I can't be indoors. All that. Like, them more ratchet chicks that will never set it down. If she thought she had absolutely, I mean, she thought, like, listen, I can get off the CC. I can get off the carousel right now and go.
Retirements.
It's one man for the rest of my life. He's going to take care of me. Yeah, there's a lot of women in those industries and professions that would prefer that, because they know that there's a certain level of unacceptability into what they do that will not allow for them to have a normal, loving, long-lasting, sustainable relationship. So they look at that. You know what I'm saying? So I agree, T-Dot, that she had one. It ain't work out. You just lost one. Got hit with her little Lauryn Hill. You know what I'm saying? And gotta just keep it rolling.
And it was more or less the way she found out about it. He was like, hey, I'm having a baby. And it was like, what? Because I mean, if you seen him online when they announced it, he wasn't looking too happy. Like he was looking Zion-ish, arms straight down to the side. When you know,
right.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. That's because he knew it was about to mess up a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping he don't be like Sean Kemp or Dwight Howard and have like 18 children and just be paying that dumb child support. Because I mean that NBA money don't last forever. They you know, the career even for the great ones only lasted about 36, 37, and he on the route of being done by 3 at the way he going. That money don't last forever.
Oh yeah,
it don't. But you know,
he's not gonna have a long career. His injuries.
It ain't looking like it. It ain't looking like it.
Nah, well, I mean, nah, and he ain't, and it don't seem like he was on the same. Like, you know, you brought up my man, like, yeah, like Sean Kemp would be a great example. Sean Kemp, like, he like dunking. You know what I'm saying? Literally, like dunking the D and the ladies. You know, this nigga feel more like a layup type guy. So
arm in the rim, hey, please set up with my third leg in the rim. Like,
you know, Sean Kemp couldn't actually hold the ball, and when he had to cuff it like this, so this was cuffed up on curve. Out here, he was out here doing it.
He got to said I put the curve in it. Pause, you know.
Baby girl, you know I'm known for dunking. Dunk. That's all I do. Dunking D in these.
I mean, that's the trajectory we looking at, Sean Kemp, man. I mean, dunking. Oh my God.
Up in the D.
Trajectory. So going deep.
Not Jordan style, Dominique Wilkins style. You know,
right? Catching lobs and everything.
Deep as Stockton Russian, it's submersible.
Talking about going deep.
All right.
Apparently, they went a little too damn deep.
Too deep, man. It's a sad story, man. Sad story, idiotic. But what I took from it first, when I first heard the news, man, ain't no black people on that pill, bro.
Nah, nobody got on the Tic Tac. Nah, no brothers on the Tic Tac.
No brothers on the Tic. I was surprised to see an Arab on there. I said, man, this dude is tripping, man. This dude is tripping.
I mean,
did y'all think it was dead off rip?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah, as soon as they said it was missing, I was like, "Oh, they did."
I didn't know. I hoped that they would find them, but then you know, the more and more you heard the conditions and the safety things they skipped and all that, there was like this hope bubble, and there was all these needles that was coming to the top. It's like praying that, like, no, they didn't really do that. Oh, they really didn't do that. Woo! And it's, you know, kind of burst my little hope bubble, and yeah, I mean, it was like 24 hours of air left. I was like, okay, so I mean, that give us what, 7 hours or so? Like, because if I'm in there hyperventilating, we ain't got 24 hours.
And they was in there breathing like Harlem Nights.
Exactly. Then they're holding a half a breath the whole time. Yo, I was hoping, I was hopeful that, you know, they would find something and hopefully rescue those folks, but it's gonna be like the same people who you know, go on the space odyssey to the sun. Oh, we want to go see the sun. And I'm like, all right, cool. And they're gonna have a way to go to the sun, but they're gonna have a way to get back. I mean, this is what we see.
Yo, as a gamer, okay. Who the hell suggested we use a Logitech controller
That nigga said, it's proven. Just try to prove it.
Who? I wouldn't use a Logitech controller on my sub from Subway.
Oh, wow.
Listen.
let alone
But this nigga said
$1 billion fucking submersible. Like, no.
Listen, don't you dare say it cost $1 billion. That nigga spent nothing over 20 million on that shit. Okay, listen, the research was done that Stockton Rush was in a rush, and listen, that's what happened when he did a whole presentation, and he showed the gentleman that it's all controlled with one button. I said, nigga, one button? I'm not going into pitch black darkness off of one button, man.
No.
Listen, then they had it bolted you in from the outside. 17 had 18 bolts, but they only bolted 17. They said, the 18 what don't matter.
Yo, listen.
That should have been a dead giveaway, right?
They was wild. Like, first of all, they made it out of 2 different materials.
Dude.
So where the seam met up, that's where it exploded at.
Was it
it was vibranium.
It was spandex and polyester.
He said we're gonna Velcro the seams together. We're gonna see what
right. Y'all are wilding.
Hold on.
Wilding.
Then he had the nerve to have a motherfucking porthole. Well, dude, come on, man. What are you doing? Submarines don't have portholes.
Right, bro. They were wilding.
Now, come to find out, they said there were 10 or 11 submersibles in the entire world that are known to be able to go to the depth that the Titanic is, and they were the only one that weren't certified. So, man, come on, man.
Yeah.
Only ones.
They were wilding.
Nah, listen. Y'all, I'm about to play devil's advocate, okay?
Okay.
I want to see how you gonna pull this one off.
Y'all telling me that you ain't never known that that paper, when it gets wet, absorbs water and sinks, right? We ain't never learned that. But then our dumbasses did try to make paper boats, right? We did that, right?
Yeah.
All right. So that means there's some people out here that's still thinking like that same way that we know better, but we ain't gonna do
better. With the Princeton.
That's what it is.
So you telling me they paper mache the seams?
Paper mache.
Smooth this out a little bit more.
All the dials, all the equipment in there was in crayon. I don't know why y'all was expecting anything real.
He said, "I got these lights from Harbor Freight." Like it didn't, man. So, all right, off the guy who Stockton Rush, who rushed the stub, the submersible. Can you understand spending $250,000 to do that, or do we not?
So these were the controls.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
and
You are here. Up, down, left, right.
There's a big flashing button next to that say eject. I don't know that was gonna work too.
That was gonna work. But $250,000, man. They said there's a guy who was supposed to be on there who backed out, who tried to get his money back. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's rich people problems because I can't speak on that. I don't have $250,000 to blow like that. The one guy was a known adventurer. That's what he did. And then you had a father-son team on there. They said the son really didn't want to go, but the father kind of made him go as a Father's Day trip, which kind of sucks. And there was a naval, some guy in the French Navy or something. He was on there.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
All right. So
I'm not spending.
So how do y'all feel about like the jokes about the whole situation? Do y'all feel like they're warranted?
I mean, we joke about everything in our culture. Some of it ain't warranted, but I'll let E go on this.
Nah, I mean, listen. I agree with you, T. Dot, that we're gonna make fun of anything that we can make fun of. I mean, that's just what people are gonna do. It's a tragedy that these people died in this scenario, but I mean, let's be honest. You know, Michael Jackson died. They had jokes by him, like, you know, before his funeral was even, you know, took place.
Right. I mean, you got them going at dude talk about he went for a Philly and left with wings, like
right. We gonna make fun of we gonna make fun of people because that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? We a society of clowns. But nah, I don't think I would make fun of the people as much as like the situation. That's death. You know what I'm saying? And it hurts people, and you know we got to be sensitive and empathetic to people. So I mean, I'm with that. But at the end of the day, yes, that was some fuck shit. Like, you made a submarine out of matchbox pieces and plastic, and then you took people's money to have them go on some adventure that they were never gonna come away from. I mean, that in itself is tragic, but the whole premise of it is just comical because these people who had this money to pay to get on the sub didn't ask any of the right questions. Listen, there's a woman right now that is on welfare that's going to walk into the welfare office and ask how everything works, okay? She wants to know how everything works.
Right.
Then what happens? And if this happens, then what happens? She asking questions. She ain't got the money and resources that these people had. And they most likely they mostly could afford it, a lawyer or somebody that could have went over the terms or looked at the conditions. You know what I'm saying? Like, excuse me, can you show me the safety test and compliance test? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some questions that could have been asked as a passenger that would have safety, but they ain't even think about all that because
I mean, I might change my mind when I saw the waiver and they said like within the first like 4 sentences it mentioned death like 5 times. So you may die. You may die.
There's no guarantee I'm coming back home. I'm not getting on there. Shit, no.
I mean, I guess the one guy, the Hamish Harnish, whatever his name, he had been to space with Bezos. He had dove in the crevice. So maybe we could take solace that they're saying that it did implode and they didn't feel any pain. Basically, they died with like faster than a blink. So
I mean,
that's
that's a damn lie. Okay, think about being in a pressurized cabin and that pressure is crushing you. You telling me you ain't feel nothing? Hell no.
When they say it happens, so fast. It was just like how we crush a can. Like that was it. Like
the that can ain't screaming every millisecond. It's smoke. You know what I'm saying? You ever hug from somebody you ain't like and it was a little too tight? Like, you telling me that we sitting up in here and all of us is breathing the same air, feeling the same pressure. You telling me I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I'm smelling cucumber. Nah, this shit, man, it's something don't feel. I can't breathe. You're like something like you went through a whole progression before it was like you had to go through something.
That definitely sounds like bullshit because again, this thing like cracked at the seams. Like where they used 2 different materials. Basically, they said like it was like 55,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. So yeah, like that thing probably blew up like as soon as it like hit a certain depth.
Yeah, I think they're jelly, man. I think they just became jelly. They're just mush. The people became mush. They're like
They said they
five
found
people,
like something like human remains.
Something.
5 people became one.
More than likely.
You talking about they turned into a crushed can of Voltron?
An amoeba. It's an amoeba. It's a cell. Remember when we learned
a
about
crushed can of Voltron?
We learned about a cell. It's a cell. Guys, a molecule. Osmosis Jones, motherfucker.
I will say that. See that, and that leads into another thing that I know we said we would talk about at some point. But like, people trust businesses and companies to do what they say. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And to have good integrity and not just be like so money hungry and driven that they're actually thinking of their customers' experience. You know, they're
right.
Have protocols and all this stuff. Yeah, you know that people trust that. You know what I'm saying? Like you think about it, you go to a restaurant, you trust it that the chef knows how to cook and the cooks know how to cook and the recipes is good and that the service is good, and that what you're paying for is worth it. Like people trust that. Like have you guys and I just want to hear have you ever experienced going somewhere and not being able to trust the service of a place?
Plenty of times.
Plenty of times. Sad thing about it is a lot of times it's people of the same hue as me. And it's a touchy subject, you know, and then they say you don't support them, but when the service is bad, what do you expect? I don't know.
I will say that I will agree with you. I have had experiences with places that just have crappy business practices, and you know you trust them. Like so, you know, all right. Yeah, to your point, there's a lot of people who want support. We all trying to be entrepreneurs and build our brands bigger, and you know, and be business people. And then like we take this personal approach to it and then you put your emotions and feelings and stuff that is not emotional, and there's no feeling. Like in business, there's no emotion. You know what I'm saying? Like there's none. So sorry, there's none. So when you got to deal with people and they like, all right, you know, you on my time, whatever, but it's my dime, then it really kind of throws you off. So I say that to say like I've dealt with some businesses of people of, you know, my own hue where I'm like, you know, everybody like support this, support that. And then you go out and support and you're like, this is trash. This is trash. Like I came to support, or this is like, I'll use a restaurant as an example. Oh, you got a restaurant. Like, no, you ain't got a restaurant. You got an infrared cooking top that you plugged into a wall. You got two recipes and they both combine to be one thing. Like, so like I thought I was coming. You said you had soup and salad, and all this person is actually doing is putting salad in soup. And I'm like, what is we paying for? And they're like, oh man, this is the greatest thing. You gotta help, you gotta do this. Like, nah, man, nobody wants your salad swimming in soup. I don't want that.
Right.
So but yet still you're supposed to go, you know, help and participate and promote. I'm like, nah, I don't. I promote what works. I promote what's real. I promote what's like vetted and verified. I'm not gonna support some of these short ideas where it's like, hey man, you know, hey listen, man, I'm buying bottles of liquor that ain't finished, right? You know what I'm saying? And repurposing them. You know what I'm saying? They put some jewels and stuff all over it, and now you're buying bedazzled bottles of liquor, and it costs $500 more than it did. Like, these are the business ideas that we deal with a lot of times. It's like, man,
right.
Shit, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I ask Americans who, you know what I'm saying, that still want to scout people, like, because that's their business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with that, but I'm not supporting their casinos. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about that, but that's just me personally. I ain't got no love. I ain't got no love for the subpar businesses. I don't care who you are. Care who you are.
And I mean, it's always. Oh, go ahead, Ron.
No, I was just saying. I feel what you're saying. Go ahead.
And they always want support. They think support is just supposed to come just because you're saying skin color. If it's a mediocre product, I'm not going to support a mediocre product. That's just what it is. If your service is mediocre, if you promise me one thing and then give me something else, even the people who they'll cook dinners for you and you know they overcharging you, but at least make the food good. At least give me a good portion, because these people, some of these people over here, they getting over, and they just want you to support them just out of the love of we both black, we just supposed to show each other love, and
right,
it's not fair.
Yeah, no, just your race and background does not entitle you to my patronage. It just doesn't. Like I don't have to support you. Just I'm from Iran, you from Iran, you got a store and you trying to sell me something I don't want to buy. So you know what I turned around and did? I ran. I did that. I ran away.
Or they want to give you bad service, bad hospitality. They don't understand the phrase that the customer is always right. I'm paying my money, so you are supposed to try and accommodate me the best that you can. You or you get, what we had a place here in Youngstown, it burned down, but the ladies they would take your order. First thing they would say is, "What you want?
What you want?
What you want?
Whoa.
Not how you doing? Hey, can I take your order?
Right.
What you want?"
Thank you for coming to Mabel's. Thank you for coming to Mabel's, where food is made by Fables. Hey, something nice and cheery and inviting.
Right.
Now it's like, yo, and you like, hello, and yo. You came here. We selling stuff. Like, what do you want? Like, it's not inviting. One thing I always do when I go certain places, I always ask people what they would get. Right? Like, what do you like?
Mm-hmm. What do you recommend?
You spend your money on, right? Or what you willing to gamble your gut on? Because sometimes you eat something that mess you up. What you willing to gamble your gut on? Nothing. You don't eat nothing here? Then I'm not gonna eat nothing here. You work here. You
right?
Work, why would I eat here? So no, like I definitely feel like there is a lack of business acumen that some businesses come with that just won't allow for you to truly support them. Where I do find them, I go back, you know what I'm saying? And I'll definitely support. I done food reviews and bought food and did stuff to help people out. But in the fact that they carry themselves a certain way, there's a professionalism that comes with it that allows me to trust that they at least trying their best. I'm not reading the menu and every other line is like, or you will die. Or you may die. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. But hey, you know what though? Somebody will pay for that submarine ride. So shit.
Then you also got the restaurants that they'll make their name off the people, and then once they make a name, they start to treat the people bad because they take advantage of your loyalty, knowing that you're gonna come no matter what. We had a restaurant. We have a restaurant here in the Yo that recently they sold their business, but they made they living off feeding the people in the hood and making some decent barbecue at back in the day. But then it got to the point where they had blew up, and the Caucasian folks, the caucus folks, wanted to frequent this restaurant and frequent the barbecue. So you could order the food and order out, and you would come in and get your food. They wouldn't make your food until you got there. But if a white person came in there, they'd see them right away and have their food ready.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they would they made the business off, off of us, but once they blew up, it was catered. Yeah. You would even hear stories about people who formerly worked there who would say they would serve the scraps, like the non-fresh food, the non-fresh ribs and chicken. They make sure they serve that to the black people, and the people who dined in, the white people who dined in, they would make their stuff fresh. Mm-hmm. So that's another aspect of the business don'ts that you don't want to do. But we do have the do's as well, though. You guys got any restaurants that you feel have done it right?
Yes. There was this really nice spot here in Columbus that they did a good job during the pandemic. And they were they held it down, but then all of a sudden, I think in the last few weeks that they had to shut down for something. So I don't know what's going on, but it was good service. The food was okay. I wouldn't say it was like crazy good, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't subpar. The service was okay. The location was nice. The ambiance was nice. So there's been some places that I found that have the base level of it, you know what I'm saying? But I do think that where we mess up is we try to go too heavy into what we know people like. And I'm sorry, but y'all can, and this is a whole nother tangent we can go on, but black food ain't good for you
at all.
Like,
so I don't really fool with it. So right. I mean, I might get my.
I can't support you because I can't come eat your food every day. It's gonna kill me. It's literally your food right. Gonna kill me. So I can't come here. I can't come to lunch. Now I go to the Asian spot and go get the damn Singapore noodles, and it's only 600 calories in the whole meal. But I come eat one of your plates, and I can't eat for the rest of the day.
I mean, all Asians eat his noodles, and they live till they about 170. I ain't ever seen it,
right,
man. But I agree with that. Black food is not good for you. I mean, and you got to think about where the origins came from. We got fed the scraps, the shit that they didn't want, and we made we made sugar out of shit. Yeah, we made sugar out of shit, and now you got the white folks wanting it as a delicacy, but they ain't gonna eat it all the time. But it's a delicacy.
No, you know what? I'm glad you said that. We did make sugar out of shit, which is why we suffer from diabetes. What type of shit is that? No, I don't want no more sugary shit.
Absolutely.
Just make me a turkey sandwich. I'm okay.
I often feel that like black people just make black food all the time. Like, and we can do so much more. Like, you can elevate that food.
Mac and cheese. I just had to say that.
Yeah, I mean, you can elevate that food and change that food and still keep the base roots of it. But you can sophisticate that food and takes a lot of the fat and ham hocks and things like that out and still get that same flavor.
Yeah, you're right. You're 100% right. Listen, I could take smoked turkey and still make some wonderful greens, but I don't have to add all of these other components that make the greens that just really negate the greens' healthiness. Like, you know what?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Smoked turkey in there, but now I'm adding bacon. I'm actually adding additional grease and fats in there. Like, why do I need that? Like, all right, I'm making it more.
That's because,
like, I don't get it. Like, flavor.
Black people are so afraid to change their taste palette. That's one thing they don't. A lot of people don't understand. Like, I work out a lot and I do eat certain things, but my taste palette has changed to where, okay, I started cutting out a lot of sodium. That where when I do have sodium now, it doesn't taste right. So eventually your palate changes. I used to love me some strawberry soda or whatever, but I can't drink it like that. I still have one every once in a while, but I can't have like a 6-pack like I used to because my palate's changed. I think if we could train ourselves, I mean, and you two fellas know more than me because this is what you do. You guys cook. I think if you could train yourself to change your palate, man, the sky's the limit. I've heard of stories of people actually curing their diabetes from just changing the way they eat.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can your health. So there's two things that we need, right? Need water and food, right? Of course, air, but we everything needs the air, but water and food. If you can control the nutrients and the things that you're taking in, and make sure you drink water, you're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? This biomolecular structure, this biomechanical machine that's called a body is going to run the way it's supposed to. Because you're putting a bunch of crap in there that that poisons it. So I definitely agree with that. I definitely agree. All right, so I'm gonna change the subject. Oh, matter of fact, right on time. Everybody take a drink, swig. Oh man, swig it is. All right, so what you got? Water? You both got water. What you drinking on, T-Dot?
Oh, I got coffee, man. I'm dead serious. That's coffee.
Okay, all right. Well, I got a Woodford Reserve double right here that I'm putting in. You know what I'm saying? So, I gotta keep my whiskey neat. So I was gonna ask.
Hey, baby.
I'm asking this
honey,
question.
You pour me a glass of wine. I'm about to get a glass of wine.
Make it a gulp of wine too. A whole gulp. I want a gulp of wine. So
gulp.
I recently went to go see a movie that I think told a wonderful story. And I don't know if you guys had a chance to see this, but there's a movie, it's a Disney Pixar movie right now that's out. It's called Elemental. Have y'all had a chance to see it?
No, I haven't had a chance to see it.
I am a movie buff. I go to the movies all the time. I went and saw Indiana Jones already. I go to the movies. They have this movie that is about the four elements. There's the cloud people, fire people, earth people, and water people. And they really made up the elements. And it's a story of immigrancy. These immigrants come in from Fireland and they come to this world. I don't know if it's America, whatever it is, but it's the world. And everything is really more conditioned towards water. Like you could tell water was there first, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, earth fits water very well because, water is going to feed the earth. And the air is above it all, so they're not really worried about it impacted. But these poor fire people, man, they showed up to this place and wasn't nothing. Like they couldn't really find housing, nothing. They had to end up buying or living in this dilapidated building that they had to work on and fix themselves. They had to build the whole society around this store that sold fire food, and like it was really a story of watching a community build itself. You know what I'm saying? From the ground up. I definitely recommend going to watch it because like that's the story of a lot of people in America that they come here and they're not welcome, right? And they have to build their own world on the fringes of an already established society and try to make a way for their own people. I definitely recommend anybody that has kids to watch stuff like that. And they got some jokes in there. They talk about hanky panky and all types that you can read in the windows and the messages in there. So, gentlemen, when you have a chance, definitely go out and watch Elementals because the movie is going to spark questions in your head of is this real life? You know what I'm saying? Is this really how this immigrants?
It probably is for everybody except for niggas. Honestly, and that's the sound like because we see the Arabs, man. We can watch right now how they coming up. It went from just owning the corner store, now they got the gas station, now they got Dunkin' Donuts, now they got it. The Italians did the same thing. The only ones who don't do it is niggas. It's our people. Sometimes I wonder if we got if there's hope for us. Sometimes, there's a difference between niggas and black people.
I was going to ask that too. That was going to be my question. Do you believe that there's a distinction between niggas and black people?
Yep, I
definitely
wholeheartedly believe there's a difference between niggas and black people. Niggas say when something happens, somebody gets shot or something, they say, go check on your peoples. Right. And I'm tired of that phrase. I don't get that. Why do something happen in the city and black people go check on your people? I don't see no white people. That's just wild.
Yeah, I mean, I agree because like it'd be crazy to me. I watch certain communities, and I'll even say in our community, like we be knowing killers, we be knowing the murderers. You know what I'm saying? We be knowing these people. They be our cousins and stuff, and family members, and then they go die, and now or they get killed because of the lifestyle they live in, and all of a sudden now we supposed to be empathetic and sympathetic to what they somebody killed your cousin John. John did. Oh no, we gotta get John back. We gotta go kill somebody for John. Like John was a murderer. Like
definitely.
John was shit. John was a killer.
Yeah. John lived the killer life. Ain't nobody coming back for Billy the Kid and be like, Billy the Kid, oh no, he should have never been killed. Yes, no, Billy the Kid.
And then we're gonna have a funeral for him and tell a bunch of lies about how good a person he was. And he did this and that.
No, see,
devil's advocate to that. That's perception. Because I had go ahead, E.
Go ahead, T-Dot. No, go ahead, T-Dot.
Oh, it's cool. No, go ahead. I lost some train of thought. Go ahead.
I said, look, I'm the person that want to show up to the funeral and be like, yes, this is my killer cousin Cam, and Killer Cam was out here going ham, and he shot a bunch of people because he liked the sound of blam. But now he's in the dirt, so people won't get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Got his back in the holster because he got reupholstered, like whatever. But we gotta be real man. Like,
and people gotta be real, they gotta be real with themselves. I got a homie who did a little time, nothing real bad. He was just a hustler, got in trouble, had a nice little rap sheet. So he was dating a female, and said female sister basically worked for like the courts to where she can look up somebody's records. So he ended up, getting upset a little bit, like, man, can you believe this girl's sister telling her that she don't think she should talk to me and I'm not a good dude? And I said, yeah, I can believe it. I'm like, she's only going off what she's seen in the records she looked up. She don't know you. And from what your records say, you're not a good dude. I'm like, you got to be real with yourself. Now, maybe you can show something different, and that's what I told him. Like, you my ace. I think you a good dude because I know you. But there's people out here who don't know you, who only know of what you've done and what they heard you did, and shit, nigga, you ain't a good dude to them.
Yeah. And
that's perception.
Well, yeah, and while we all should have the ability to be judged by the quality of our character, our actions do create a narrative.
Yes, they do.
In those narratives, we cannot we can't reinterpret to fit the societal norms that we know that we go against. If I'm out here just getting drunk and being belligerent and doing stupid stuff, and that's how I carry myself, but I want my character to reflect somebody who isn't like that, then I have to make my actions align to the character that I'm trying to exhibit. A lot of times people just want the benefit of the doubt. Yo, I'm a good dude, right? Like, nah.
Not with everything. Yeah, not with everything you show me that you ain't.
Yeah,
right.
Fuck shit. So why would I believe you? So nah, take that fuck shit off.
Actions. That's a good one. Because people do they take my word for it that I'm a good dude. That is a good one right there. That's the truth.
Yeah. There's a lot more people that just want. There's a lot more people who want the entitlement of being treated good versus earning being treated good by people. So I definitely think that we as a people have to start setting up our societal norms around actuals instead of our projected hope for people's potential. My cousin is definitely going to be good at some point, or this person going to be good at some point, or this business is going to be good at some point, but actually it's not. Actually, he isn't. Actually, they're trash. And until they actually reflect the person that you're hoping that they are, they're still trash. You know what I'm saying? Booty is booty. You know what I'm saying? And your booty. I'm saying
booty is booty.
A little splash for that ass.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something. In fact, E said this to me. We were at the gym one time, and E said this to me, and like it just resonated with me like so much. Like I've put this into hiring people. I've put this into my employees, friends, family. Meet people where they are. Stop expecting more of them than what they are. Just meet them where they are.
Yeah.
And it's like like the expectations of people just
that's
right.
what disappoint so.
Right. And now people just you can't disappoint me now.
Yeah.
Because I expect
you can't hold people to the same standards that you hold yourself to either at times.
Right.
You can decide not to deal with them when you see they don't have those same standards and values. Like, oh, okay, I just ain't gonna fool with you. I'm gonna let you be over here, and I'm gonna just fuck with the like-minded people. And that's
stop
cool
expecting people to do what you would do in that situation.
Yeah, because everybody's life experience is different.
You're right.
That's all.
And it took me a while to kind of get there, for that. So, I mean, but I recognize that in a lot of spaces. Like, this is my professional space, my personal space, relationship. You meet people where they are. There's always going to be some subpar stuff. There's always going to be some stuff that while you think A, they think B, and because you ain't thinking alike, you over here like, well, you dumb or you stupid or whatever the case would be. But at the end of the day, like, if all three of us go meet up, and hang out, and T-Dot, you ordered a drink, and Rome, you ordered a drink, but I'm the one ordering water, then pay attention to that, and let me enjoy my water, and don't try to push me to where you're at, expecting for me to be able to drink, or, you got the filet mignon, and I'm over here ordering the burger and fries. Like, let me stay where my burger and fries is. Don't be expecting me to be able to step up to eat the filet mignon, And don't be judging me on the restaurant choices if I choose fast food all the damn time and your ass choosing five-star restaurants, 3 Michelin star restaurants. Like, meet people where they are and allow for people to have the space to come together so that we can, be on the same thing. What up, C Mello?
What's cracking? How y'all feeling?
What up?
Yeah.
We here.
We got a 4-boxer now.
Hey, you looking like it's robbing season, bro.
It's real out here.
I see.
It's real out here. I'm in the car chilling.
Nice.
Came out to the car.
Yeah, we've had some pretty fun conversations so far. We touched on a few things. I think the big thing was the submarine.
I ain't touching that one. Right. I ain't touching that one.
Yeah, they're never gonna touch anything else either.
I'm not touching that one. That's one of the ones that's like, you know what? Yep. And you just walk away from it.
So you gonna leave it where it sank.
I'm leaving. Yeah. I ain't even answering that. I'm looking straight. I ain't even answering that.
It's gonna be where it's at.
Listen, I got enough shit going on. I don't need that in my life. I don't need the comments on that in my life. I got enough going on, man. I got enough issues.
You got any plans for the 4th?
Nah, just gonna chill out. That's the only day off that week other than the weekend. So I might go over a couple people's house and watch them light fireworks and then go home.
I'm off the whole week. So I lucked out.
Oh, lucky you. Shit, I just got done having every Friday off. So last month, so that was a joy. 4-day weeks, and then we had a couple with Juneteenth, so I had 3 weeks. Some joys, but shit, now it's back to the regular grind.
That's nice that you got a job that really celebrated Juneteenth. I was like, nigga, we keep working.
Yeah.
I was off on Juneteenth. But I'm just happy to break into Q3. You know what I'm saying? Like, since I work at a financial institution, like I do my work from quarter to quarter. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to be in Q3 where, now everything is like we're preparing for the end of the year, we're preparing for the holidays and all that stuff. So I'm pretty excited to be moved into this other quarter. I got some testing stuff to do that's gonna be fun, but. Yo, this is vacation. This is vacation time. Q3 is vacation season for me, where I'm like, I'm about to start going out here sowing my royal oats some damn where. We're about to find somebody that needs to have 1,000 children.
I work in the steel industry, and I I heard we built some of the titanium. We sent some of the titanium that was used to make the Ocean Gate. Make the Titan and stop and rush. Man. Anybody watch the BET? Anybody watch the BET Awards or watch the highlights? I mean, I definitely didn't watch it, but I did see the highlights.
That was a hot ghetto mess.
Like yeah, man, like old ratchet fun
to it.
What you ain't watch
BET? I didn't watch it, but the BET Awards might be just going on at the Deja Vu on a Thursday. That was that was the BET Awards.
All I knew was females was dancing with their shoes off. Anytime that happens in any type of setting, you know that shit ain't good. How you got your shoes off dancing at
my pussy pink, my booty hole brown.
Nope. What is wrong with our people, man? What is going on now? You got
nope.
Well, hold on.
We doing that, and then we got white people singing ballads now.
See,
Right.
apparently, I'm really removed. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest. I'm snitching on myself. Like, I live.
Said I'm a snitch.
Yeah, like I live in like a white neighborhood. Like I don't even.
You made it. You made it.
What channel is BET again? Like I don't even know.
Man.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That's it. Don't worry about it.
I don't do about it off of social media.
That's how I found out about it. Now,
Right.
I looked at some of the pictures and I'm like, okay. So this is what BET has come to now.
And what are they giving out awards for? Like, is it the After Dark stuff still?
For brown booty holes. For booty holes being brown. That's
Listen.
For women putting plastic bags over their head and ripping them saying I'm acting brand new. I don't know what this is.
Rip me out the plastic. I've been acting brand new.
Oh no.
I don't know what's going on with the world. And the person who's in charge of the BET Awards, you would never guess. Tyler fucking Perry. How the fuck is Medea doing this shit? Let this ratchet shit go.
He be on that ratchet shit. Tyler like that shit. Tyler like that kind of shit. Look at all his movies. He like that kind of. He like that type of ratchet stuff in it. So that was just up his alley.
He hate black men as much as Malika Andrews.
Damn.
No, she a whole.
I said it. Fuck Malika Andrews.
Now she a whole nother level.
I got a glass of wine.
She a whole nother level of hate.
I mean,
black man.
I don't agree that she hates black men. I just think that she likes to. I think she likes to condemn us for entertainment and clout.
That's a possibility.
True.
Yeah, you know, I think that's
what
true.
makes it worse is that she sleeps with him. She dates a white man though. That's what makes it worse though.
I mean, yeah, of course you're gonna date a white man because you know a black man would have been like, "Hey, get your ass out there and go tell him that you sucking on this." Tell her why you out here running your mouth. BBC shuts it up.
I mean, the same could be said about the vice president and the president.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about that situation. Nigga, fuck them pearls.
And them Converses.
You got to get us canceled off rip.
Man, we ain't canceled on the damn
we sounded like a Make America Great Again goddamn podcast. I feel it would be very, 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 very great if we came back to the Donald.
He got a case. He got to beat that case before anything. Shit.
Man, all I know that nigga Don was putting money in my pocket.
It don't even matter. He gonna have that case pending while he president.
That nigga.
Wow,
listen, y'all sleeping on the fact that this nigga gonna win. Okay.
Definitely.
I'm voting for him. We got to vote right here.
I'm voting for her.
That nigga coming in again on some fuck shit. and he gonna win on some fun shit. I don't know why we
Slapping
acting like
niggas, slapping niggas with double cheeseburgers and here, eat this McDonald's.
Hey, is he not the first president to lay out a spread of fast food?
Fish fillets for everybody.
He got how rich gourmet chef, and he like bringing the KFC, the Wendy's.
How rich? That's how rich he is. That's how rich he is.
He's eating like an average. He's eating like an average American to show that he's one of us. I eat the same crap as y'all.
It doesn't make the bag greasy. It doesn't make the bag greasy. I don't want it.
Goddamn Donald.
How the hell you serve? Hey. You serving athletes though. These is athletes coming to the White House. And you giving them fast food.
Giving out bubble gut. Here's a case of the bubble guts.
Wow.
Right.
Here's those Taco Bell breakfast burritos for you guys. I know it may be after lunch, but we'll call it brunch. That's what we're gonna do. Get the fuck out of here.
I ain't gonna lie. Hey, that nigga was entertaining. He is by far the most polarizing president that we've had in our lifetime, and we had a black man. We talk about him more than that's crazy that we talk about him more than the black president.
He knew how to
because he knew how to polarize him, dude.
Go ahead. I'm about to say he know the game. You gotta remember he been on Apprentice. He been all over. I mean, he was famous before he became president.
Yeah,
he was famous before he became president. Basically,
what does that say? What does that say about our country? That's what it's about. Hey, star, The Rock in 10 years could be the president. I believe it. He stay clean. 10 years.
I don't give a fuck what y'all say. If The Rock or Kevin Hart,
ain't gonna be the next president.
Okay, I'm voting for The Rock or Kevin Hart for president. If The Rock goes as the president and Kevin Hart's the vice president, I am all on board. Shit, yeah.
Kanye gonna
like
be
they mean shit.
That's who gonna be president.
It ain't like they mean shit anyway. The alphabet people in the NRA run the world anyway, so it don't matter.
Unless just like my man C.
Absolutely.
Said, unless the nigga Kanye come into office, we about to be a totalitarian society. We about to.
Hey, he gonna be like,
and he ain't leaving. He don't care. Kanye ain't leaving. He don't care if his term is up. He gonna stay there and pout. He don't care.
What was that episode of Simpsons? Episode of Simpsons where they made their own country, or was it the Family Guy?
Family Guy.
They shit, This is about to annex the White House away from the rest of the country.
That's Kanye right there. He's gonna make his own country. Oh shit!
He need his own country. He do. He really do. Just being honest. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the Donald did keep the pockets fat, man. He kept the pockets fat. Got a couple stimulus checks. He was just throwing the money away. Niggas was all the way up. PPP and it. I'm mad I ain't take one.
Call it that COVID shit.
Listen,
man,
I ain't mad I ain't take one, bro, because that shit gonna catch up. Because you had to put your Social Security.
You got to say, unless you was gonna put it under somebody else's name, that's the only way. But shit, just to do it under Jordan, hell nah.
Nah, listen, and like, and we dealt with that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, we dealt with that shit for a while. But that PPP shit was a trap. That shit was a trap. And niggas ran head first in. It was so funny how many people was coming to me like, yeah, you got an EIN. Yeah, I got EIN. Yeah, you got a company. Yeah, and then you can apply for a PPP loan too. I was like, but I don't need one. I mean, it don't matter if you want or not. Just, you know what I'm saying? You can get this money. I was like, money that I'm going to have to pay back now. I don't need that money. Like, you know, I don't need that problem.
Right.
All the same people.
And they come tenfold.
Yeah.
Got that ass.
Bro, they're going to come get you. And if you don't pay it, they just going to let you sit on it. And they're going to let that interest build. And then that 10 turn into 40.
You know what they're going to do?
That 40 turn into 80.
They take. If you decide to get a job and think you're gonna file taxes, you might as well forget about it. You might as well forget about
taxes.
it.
They're gonna take your Social Security at the end of the day, bro. Niggas is gonna be paying on PPP to the day that they
got Social Security. Most niggas don't even think about Social Security.
I'm talking about even when they get welfare.
Nah, hey, listen,
you gonna be paying on that.
Listen, right now there's gonna be 3 generations of kids paying back PPP loans for their parents and shit. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
So yeah,
Definitely.
man. That
Listen,
PPP,
you know why we
They're gonna get that money back.
Wait, the reason we understood it because you talking to 4 brothers with jobs who done had jobs who understands that, man, that social security number is a fingerprint. That motherfucker follow you everywhere.
They said it said what it say at the end of PPP? Loan. I said I'm cool.
Loan.
Right.
A loan.
and then they got
They
PPP
want it back.
Nigga, what? Oh no, so you got to be eligible for the PPP, and I'm lying on the application, but then I'm gonna be able to fill out that. I'm gonna be able to fill out the forgiveness, and I have to lie on that. That's a double lie. I'm not doing that.
Double lie.
Right.
Listen, it's really a triple lie because for you to get the PPP in the first place, you had to say that you made a certain amount of money the year before that you didn't file. That guess what? Oh, we might forget. You know what they might do? And we're gonna forget that PPP. But what about that $290,000 you said you made the year before that you never paid taxes on? We ain't forgiving that. We ain't forgiving that. So now I need that.
About to go down.
I need that.
They're gonna look at you for tax evasion. So now you hurt.
Exactly.
Now you putting yourself in the world of hurt.
That's what cats ain't getting. They filled out that paperwork saying they made money off of fictitious business. Because you can go 2 years without filing your taxes.
But the bad part is that like when you was talking about like how all other races took advantage, like gas stations and all that. That was our chance to do that. We could have did that with that money, but niggas wasn't on that shit.
Hey, listen, man,
we was going to Miami.
Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie, shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, give me 30, 40, 50 grand. Like, nigga, yes, I'm buying. Look, all right, I'm spending a few thousand on some stupid shit, and then eventually I'm gonna get down to some base shit. But I mean, that's the way niggas be. They're like, listen, I got 50 grand. I'm spending 20 grand on some fuck shit. 20 grand on some other shit, and 10 grand that I'm gonna have like in limbo because I don't know if I want to be on fuck shit or business. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was dealing with niggas. They was buying.
Yeah.
They was buying Challengers and Gucci belts.
Niggas was trying to buy a pack. Niggas was trying to buy a pack. They was on the blocks. The Black Air Forces listening to Jeezy, the 04 Jeezy.
Nah, it's NBA YoungBoy now, man. You can't even. Don't even.
So that's them younger. I'm talking about cats our age finally want to step out on the block, step off the porch.
Yeah, they was.
They was
like
just trying to be great.
It was going.
I ain't touching that. That's like the submarine. I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that. I ain't touching that.
Rome, you know goons can be great, man. Don't be playing like that.
Goon the great.
Well, I thought we was gonna go the whole cast without no shade about being great, but 1 hour and 17 minutes in, Jerome has to mention great.
It was going great until he said that.
All right. Well, so I know we've touched on a few topics. Mello, you know, we want to open it up to make sure, you know, you got any topics you wanted to touch on today?
Hey, you gotta say pause after you.
I think the one thing that I said.
Yeah, I gotta say pause.
Bro, you said, Mello, you got anything you want to touch on today? Pause.
That's a goddamn subject in itself. What the fuck is wrong with black men that we gotta be like pause and no hold? Every goddamn thing we do, like because Saucy Santana said it's homosexual for a black man to smoke hookah, so he gotta pause everything.
Wow.
I don't know when a gay man decided what was cool for straight men to do, but
yo, everything men do now is either sassy, zesty, gay, just
or toxic.
We can't do nothing.
I'm about to go to the movies.
Having a headache, zesty as hell.
Oh no, you ain't supposed to take no Tylenol, bro. That's gay.
Right. You're supposed to sleep that off. You're supposed to sleep that off.
Now you're supposed to slam your head in the car door.
Man, fuck all that, man. I can't live by these pauses and no homos and shit. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, shit. I can, you know, I'm not bragging on myself, but like shit, you know, I can swim in women. Like that's not the fucking problem. Like nigga, like what the hell? I don't need that.
I take the pause thing as a game now. Like I've seen Mason Cameron, they got a little show that they be doing. And anytime one of them say something that's just silly, he'd be like, they be talking about sports. He'd be like, you know, we gotta manage the load so he don't get hurt. Like, wow, that's crazy. You said manage the load. so I don't really take it as really any homophobe stuff. Just has to be as silly. Like, hey, yeah, you said this. That's wild.
Listen,
you asking.
Last night I'm at the spot with my homeboy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? We throwing stacks. You know what I'm saying? We throwing stacks on backs and shit. And he over here talking about no homo and pause and shit. I'm sitting there thinking like, we got a bunch of women. Why the fuck is we saying this? You know what I'm saying? There's no need to put any disclaimers of no homo with women. And you know, if 3 guys go out with 6 women, like we don't gotta be like no homo to shit, because girls gonna start paying attention to it. Like no homo, like you know what I'm saying? Like women feed into that shit. In my head, I'm like, damn, stop saying pause and no homo. Like they ain't thinking this way. Like they know what it is. So
if you over 35, you shouldn't be saying it anyway, man. You should be securing yourself.
I'm over 40 and I'm watching niggas my age do that shit, and I be like, no pause. Pause or no homo. All right, niggas, then you need to specify that shit. Me, I ain't gotta say shit. Right now, I can have coochie in my face, and I can just be like, pause, no homo. Like, what type of shit is this? Like,
social media, man, that's the way of the world. I ain't gonna even say social media. Social media is wild. Lets people pretend to be something. You don't got to grow up. That's what I'm noticing with people our age. You ain't got to grow up because of social media. You can just continue just perpetrating.
Well, it's called curation.
You can live a whole lie.
What people gonna do when social media is done? When this shit finally ends?
Social media is never ending.
I ain't gonna ever end, bro.
You talking about when we done? Talking when the lights go out.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, just imagine if it's a big power surge and everything. What people gonna do?
Do y'all remember when Facebook shut down for like 3 hours? It went crazy.
People was ready to fight.
Yeah, nah, fuck all that. You know, that was the most peaceful 3 hours I ever did.
He ain't know what to do.
Like I wasn't even affected. I didn't even know.
Yeah, people went crazy. Facebook shut down for 3 hours.
And my wife's trying to get me drunk, man. Trying to get her something tonight.
Good job, Miss Scott. Good job.
She just said, "You want some more wine?"
Hell yeah.
And then she gonna hide that remote.
Hey, Rome, she got a dotted line to that CC right now. Dotted line to that CC right
now. I got on my hoochie daddy shorts under this table. So
wow.
That's Pop Meat getting her right now. That's Pop Meat getting to her right now.
I watched this video, man. This shit was talking about men's veins and shit. She was like, "Oh yeah, women love men that got like veins and they veins popping and shit." In my mind, I'm like, okay, like what the fuck does that mean, right? And then apparently she like maybe he got a veiny thing. I'm like, oh, like just be looking for that shit. Like I'm still a fluffy dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like the cuddly like, you know, teddy bear nigga. You know what I'm saying? I wear a teddy bear because I'm a teddy bear. But I'm just saying though, like, y'all have y'all experienced women like enjoying your veins, looking at your arms?
I never heard of that.
Okay,
that's
funny. That shit was a little weird. I'm like, shit, what you talking about? You like veiny arms and shit? Like, okay, yeah, whatever.
They like them veins.
I don't like veiny asses, so I mean, I don't know why they would think that way. Like,
I mean, listen, I mean, y'all see, I'm a married guy, so how is the dating scene? Like, I feel sorry for y'all out there. I ain't gonna even lie.
Table
He
that
in the
whole
dating
thing.
pool.
No, don't
Listen,
feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for me. See, I was smart. I paid.
It seemed
That's
kind of
the one thing.
hard. It seemed
That's
hard
the
out
one
here to
thing
find.
about social media. That's the one thing about social media. You get people's background quick as fuck. So
But
you
it ain't
already
real.
know just from the pictures, like, yeah, this ain't what I want. This is not what I want. So social
Man, them
media tell on a
filters.
lot of people as well when it
Yeah,
comes to that dating stuff.
I would say that the dating market right now is fucked up, and it's because there's a lot of misconceptions of the gender roles and the feminist movement, the sexual liberation. Like, there's a lot of things that have distorted how we do what we used to do. Like, you know, old school dating used to be a guy meet a woman, you know what I'm saying, ask her out on a date or whatever, and then start the dialogue of getting to know each other. And then there'd be a time where you'd be getting to know somebody versus being in a relationship with them. And during that time, that's where your discernment comes in. That's where you're asking your questions, you learn about each other, and you make that decision of whether or not you will continue or you gonna go forward. Nah, this social media dating age is more like a microwave shit where it's like, nigga, like everything is 100% already what it's supposed to be. I meet you, and the moment I meet you, we're supposed to be locking in with each other to be in an exclusive relationship, and you're supposed to get access to my resources. I'm supposed to be taking you on dates and flying you out and doing all this other shit. Like, because of social media, that's what motherfuckers think you're supposed to be doing. Like, excuse me, ma'am, I don't even know your motherfucking last name. I done fucked you, but I don't know your last name, but I'm supposed to be paying for trips to Aruba and all this other shit. Bitch, what makes you worth going there? You know what I'm saying? Also, what makes me worthy of you as a man, because you have, you know what I'm saying, what's your standards? What are you looking for in a man? Like, a lot of people don't even have none of that shit figured out. All we doing is just trying to take photos with each other and see, like,
the morals of dating is not the old school morals are dead, basically, when it comes to dating.
I agree.
The old school morals are dead. He just
explained like
more. And then plus, you also got to look at it as we are in our 40s or hitting 40s, so our perspective of dating has changed now. So, what was attractive when we was in our 20s, and that's a tough subject I want to bring up too. What was attractive in our 20s may not be as attractive or catch our eye like in our 40s or even our mid 30s. It's like that's all to the table, just shaking your ass, like that's it.
So, all right, now crazy thing,
Mello,
is like the crazy thing, Mello, is like the conversation of what do you bring to the table is offensive to some people, and it's like, all right, well, baby, I'm a man. I need to be a whole table before I even meet you. We wouldn't even be here if I wasn't at the table by myself.
Right.
Like, unless you into bum ass dudes, like, yeah, I gotta be solidified. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of distinction where women want these top tier men, and like they don't realize that makes us a table. But then the question of, well, all right, what do you bring outside of a face and some booty, you know what I'm saying, to the table? They don't want to have that question. But at the end of the day, like here it is, you sitting there, you a married man. How long you been married?
11 years and this month.
Here it is. You've been happy anniversary
right
to you.
there.
Appreciate it.
Here it is. You sitting there doing your thing. She's known that you're doing this. What is she doing? She's being nurturing. She's being comforting. She's being considerate. She's being quiet. She ain't trying to be in your space. So she bringing your wine and walking away. Versus some of these chicks nowadays would be all on the camera like, hey, it's about me and me. Here's my titties and all. Like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so this is the woman that we're doing this modern day dating that would kind of off where you like, oh, go ass down and go chill, because you know what I'm saying, this is a podcast with me and my bros. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. And a lot of women nowadays wouldn't even respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Not at all. Do you guys feel that? You guys feel that social, not even social media, just internet and culture in general has kind of not brainwashed, but subliminally put thoughts in everybody's head of certain standards, what things are supposed to be, because man, these reels and stuff are very suggestive, and it goes by like we all don't see the same shit. And that's what a lot of people don't understand in their algorithms. Everybody doesn't see the same shit. These women see stuff that cater to men ain't shit, women are empowerment, and men see stuff that says women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So how do you guys feel about that? I mean, I knew Romeo was about to say something, my bad, but go ahead. Like, you feel that way?
Yeah, I feel like, like you said, a lot of things are like suggestive to your algorithm on your social media. The problem is it plays to what you want to see. Like if you start talking about StreamYard, I guarantee you, if you go to Facebook, StreamYard is going to be somewhere on your Facebook at some point in time now. A lot of things like whatever you talk about, I usually ended up finding it like on my Facebook, or if I go to Amazon, it's magically like popped up front screen. As far as the reels and stuff you see, I feel like a lot of people like to view things from their point of view. And when they see those reels, they're like, aha, see, that's it.
I was right. That
it is.
That was it. I knew I was right.
They don't want to look at the other side of things. You know what I mean? So it's a two-way street. Like, you have to look at the other side of things. You have to, it's not only like your way of thinking. You have to view somebody else's opinion or their viewpoint and try to see things their way. You don't have to agree with what they say, but at least try to view it.
What do we do with the person who doesn't have the IQ that we have, who don't understand that? And that's where the world is fucked up. Who they don't understand that there's more than one viewpoint. They just like, nah, what I've been thinking is right. That's what the universe showed me that. That's what drives me crazy. Like, the people who can't differentiate or just understand, like, yo, this shit is rigged. It's set up for you to see, to feed on your insecurities or to feed on what you're feeling right now. Like, it's rigged. As soon as you type
I'd say it's even rigged more than what it used to be.
Oh, hell yeah. All the way.
Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely agree that that the social media is conformed to the things that, you know, your narratives, and they're pushing agendas upon you. You know, I definitely can agree with that aspect. I do think that there is a man versus woman narrative that is pushed upon us for us to feel like we as men are, you know, especially in the dating situation, it's like we as men are combating against narrative that men ain't this, men ain't that, they don't, you know, men ain't shit. And then, you know, women are seeing the same thing, you know, vice versa, to where like it is creating more of a narrative of we don't want to be together. You know, it's more about the chasing the bag, you know, solidifying your career than actually creating a stable foundational relationship and home and that nuclear family that we used to. Like there's no real narrative for us to be able to push that. You know what I'm saying?
Because they take the emotions out of it.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, relationships became transactional to where, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I mean, shit, like, you know, I done had shit, you know, I done talked to a bunch of whatever that's like, it's real cool, you know, and money don't matter, whatever. But then at the end of the day, they want to know what you make. And then me, I'm like, all right, yeah, it's cool. You know, your past don't really matter, but at the same time, it does matter because I don't want to be with no hoe. And like, you know, there's some complexity in these narratives that we're dealing with that doesn't allow for us to really come together with a singular mindset of what our objective is to create a cohesive family and home and relationship that allows for us to be able to get along. Like, yeah, it's me versus you. You know what I'm saying? Either I'm winning or you winning. You know what I'm saying? There is no we're winning perspective nowadays, and it's a little sad.
That is scary to hear that, because I see my wife, we best friends. That's my best friend, and it did take time to get to that point where that is your best friend, but I see it being hard in this day and age to get to that point to where you got a person who you guys support each other and you push each other. Me and my wife were just talking the other day, like, she the shit because we both push each other to make 6 figures a year. So that's the thing that you going for. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all got a marriage goal. It's a goal that y'all both could work together on. A lot of people and I said the biggest thing is that separate goals. They don't be together, but they separate goals. You know what I mean? So some people make nothing. Other people's goals to do something. I mean, it's balance. I'm saying certain people's relationship where compared to you see the balance because you see the growth in the two. You know what I mean? You can always tell when something is off balance, but relationship wise on that aspect.
Now, I've been having a lot of fun in our dating market now because there's fun to be had. I'm just gonna be honest. Gentlemen, you all know that there's a lot of fun to be had in our dating market. You
get a lot of adventures.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I had some adventures. Where I'm like, oh really? I done had women try to talk to me that they about to be homeless, they ain't got no car, they ain't got no job, but then the question of what do you bring to the table is a chair. Like, you already know the answer, a chair, because you're trying to sit at my table. Or you have women
they barely bring that. They want to borrow your chair to sit at the table.
Right. Thank you. Like, they got the pop out lawn chair or whatever, and you're like, damn girl, you ain't supposed to be here. You're supposed to be outside. You for the streets.
Not to cut you off. How do you feel about the Steve Harvey comment? Women don't need to bring anything to the table.
I think Steve Harvey is old as fuck and ain't waiting long ass time because that nigga been married for years. And of course, his opinion would be that of a man who is a millionaire and wakes up at 4 a.m. to go make $1 billion in a day. Like, yeah, motherfucker, you ain't connected with reality. And a lot
Steve Harvey is outdated. That's the problem.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and the women that you're talking about, the women that you're trying to defend, saying they can create another you. Motherfucker, they come with 5 other yous. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. The last fucking few months, every woman that I met that had at least 3 fucking kids. Like 3, 5
These
kids.
things are very true.
Like, shit, I met one, she got 5 fucking kids. This one, she got 6 fucking kids. I'm like, I don't need her to make another motherfucking me. She done made another John, Bon, Ray. She done made enough motherfuckers. Like, but who is you without making motherfuckers? All you got is a pussy in the womb, and I don't need that.
Not at all.
Shit.
No, sir. So the crazy part is
goddamn nurturing, compassion, femininity, some goddamn I'm gonna make a motherfucking house and home type shit to even fuck with me, because otherwise, man, shit, I already cook, clean, and do everything that I need to do. Listen,
what I need you for.
Hold on, what was the thing? She said, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I can still get the ring. Like, bitch, the only ring you getting is in the tub, okay? I'm putting the dirty ring in the tub. You can go clean that shit out.
He said in the tub. Wow.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, like, crazy part is, like, I've been talking to this one female, and like,
I got a question. Like, what's the one thing that you say you learned from I gotta put this. What's something that you learned now that you wouldn't do that you do now? What's something that you learned from looking back and reflecting? It's like, yeah, I wouldn't move. Or if you could go back, you could change something.
Me is really to stick to my boundaries and standards. Like, I've given enough people the benefit of the doubt to allow for certain things to be kind of like right up against my standards, right up against my boundaries, then if you approaching my boundaries or encroaching on them in any way, I need to go ahead and just be done with your ass, because you're not going to respect my boundaries if you feel like you can find a way around them. So,
Right.
that's me.
I mean, I would more or less I would work on my discipline. I wasn't as disciplined as I should have been earlier, and that's what I learned at an older age, that discipline breeds success. That's the biggest thing. Like I dedicate everything that I've been going to do for the past 5 to 10 years just from being disciplined, and patience, not trying to take shortcuts in life, and realizing earlier rather than later that life is a marathon. People that you thought was passing you, that you thought were passing you up and doing better than you, they really weren't. You know, can't take advice from a person who never filled out a W-2 form before. So, you know.
There you go.
At 1 minute 40.
Never mind.
At 1 minute 40, Terrence with shade.
You still doing it 1099? I ain't talking to your dumb ass.
I think something that I guess mine would be balance. I am, and I'm still not, like, I'm not great with balance. Like, I can't balance work, gym, and like actually having a actual relationship, because the relationship gets in the way of gym. The gym clears my mind for work. I can't balance all of, like, I'm not great at balancing those things. I would like to be better.
You should just pay for hookers.
So, I mean, if I could be better at anything, it'd probably be balancing things.
Man, Rome, how the fuck you want to come with some old shit that ain't gonna work? Like, balance, like, that's a personal thing. Like, that's because you too nice. That's the problem. You too fucking nice. You're supposed to be looking this girl in the face and going like, "It's 5:30 in the morning. You know I gotta go to the gym." Get out. Like, that's what the fuck is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Or you can sit your ass here. Make sure you make me some goddamn protein specific breakfast when I come back. Like shit. You know what though? And I'll say this, and I got this feedback because I just broke some woman's heart the other day. Apparently I don't care enough about women's feelings, right? And that balance that you're talking about probably incorporates caring about feelings. Where in my situation, I'm like, why should listen? You have feelings, and I respect them, and I'm empathetic to them. I respect them, and I'm empathetic to them, but I'm not going to let your emotions, which is your process, you process accepting and then turning it into an emotional filter, affect me. I can't do that because I feel the way you feel. I think one way and act on the way that I think, and it's typically based in logic. But you're moving from emotion. I can't take on your emotion because I'm not looking at it from an emotional lens.
Well, that's the thing. Men aren't emotional. We're logical. 4 + 4 is 8 to us, not cat.
Yeah, but
on any given day, 4 + 4 can equal cat to this woman, and you can break down the most logical situation.
Depend on the move she in.
You can break down the most. The situation as logical as possible, and she's still gonna hit you with, "Well, I just think."
But also, you gotta find a female who realizes that ain't no man responsible for her happiness. You're only responsible for your own happiness. And when everybody realizes that, that's when shit starts moving way different and way better. When you realize, I can only make me happy, and that person realizes like they can only make themselves happy. You can't find your happiness in another person or expect another person to do things to make you happy.
It can be a part of your happiness, you know what I mean? But it doesn't mean that full happiness is based off them. Like the majority of your happiness will have to be what will come within. But it doesn't mean that they can be part of it or they can be, some of the reasons on why you're happy. But it does. But like you said, the full responsibility of me keeping you, I can't do that. Like I agree with you on that. Like that's not totally my job because we're not around each other 24/7. We're around each other, majority of the day, but we're not around each other. What am I gonna do for 8 hours at work? You know what I mean? Like I can't think of you. You might be the reason why I'm pissed off.
I ain't gonna lie. Me and my wife don't see each other for about 3 days at a time out the week. And guess what? We love each other like it. Get the time. The absence make the heart go fonder. I ain't gonna even. That's one big thing too.
That's the truth.
Being up
when you're around somebody, that'd be the thing. When it gets like that, then it's like, man, I'm getting tired of shit. And I do believe sometimes that's why some people step out.
And you gotta also let a person be their own fucking person, man. That you ain't going. Look, I'm not a big person on double dates. Why should our friends intermingle? I don't give a fuck. Now, if like somebody's having like a wedding or a reception or something, and we end up linking up, that's cool. But me, I'm not big on double dating. I'm not big on let's go on a couples trip together. We don't need to do that. My friends are my friends. Your friends are your friends. That's just you got to have your own separate lives to me. And if you out here, if you worried about somebody stepping out, man, that's they gonna do it regardless. You can't do that about it.
Yeah, and it's a big red flag. Like as a single man out here, like dating or whatever, it's a big red flag to me when women are trying to solidify relationships really quickly and not really take the time to get to know each other and trying to bring in. Like to your point, like, I'm meeting you and I'm hanging out with you, but you trying to introduce me to all the people that you know. And so I'm like you should slow down and really get to know me before you be trying to incorporate me into all this you're doing. So that way we can actually know if there's really some viability here on us being able to be sustainable versus you just incorporate me to your life. And then a lot of times, like from the men's perspective, like women want guys who are assertive and leaders and stuff like that. Well, then if you want a leader, then you can't tell me what to do.
Facts.
Yeah.
So
very much true.
That's true.
Yeah, you got into the problem of trying to convince me or convalesce me into doing the things that you're interested in. But hold on, I'm a leader, and Saturday nights is podcast night, so I'm not going to fucking Cooper's Hawk to go drink wine with your friends and shit. I'm gonna be on here with the guys, or it's Call of Duty night, whatever the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna do what the fuck I'm doing. So, and again, this is me. I know I may struggle with always being considerate of certain people's feelings because I'm like, yo, you will not fucking weaponize your feelings against me. And people do that shit. Like you're not gonna weaponize my emotional state. Like your emotional state.
You want a leader, but you got to be willing to be led.
Exactly.
Before we slide out, I do got another question for you fellas. Do you guys see a difference in women that you've dated who have a stable family life? Like my wife per se, her mom and dad, they're married. She's seen a mom and dad, so she knows how to be a wife. Now, I've dated other women in the past who've come from single parents' homes, and you guys can guess how that has turned out. Do you fellas see a difference in that between a woman who's seen their mother be a wife or in a good family home?
I'll go first just to get this out there. Yes, I have. It's in the Bible that it is on the previous generation of women and grandmas and mothers to teach women to be wives. It is their responsibility to impart those things. And nowadays in this generation, like you got women that don't even want to be grandmas. You don't want to be grandma. You want to be nanas. You want to be gigi's. You want to be all these other things instead of grandma. Grandma had the job of saying, "Hey, here is how you take care of a man. Here's how you position your house, and here's how instead of being combative with this man, you do everything you're supposed to do. And this nigga will be shamed into doing like." oh yeah, he may have slept with Miss Parker or whatever, but that nigga is shamed because you are upholding a family value that he's not holding. So of course he gonna come back to you and be like, you know, I'm sorry, honey, I never meant to step out on you, blah blah blah. Because you know, men are sexual creatures, but the level of woman that you present is just astronomically so I would say so beautiful and so set as the foundational keystone for your man to be able to feel like I'm the man and I take care of my household. Like he gonna do everything for y'all. He gonna do what's to be done because he know he got a good one at home that's not looking to step out, that's not looking for his money, that's not looking to just, you know what I'm saying, get over on other things. She's not lazy in these aspects. She step in as the essential helper that the man needs. Because, like, you know, I look at it from the biblical standpoint where it's like men need respect and women need love. In order for a man to be in the position, he needs to be. In order for a woman to be in that position, she needs to be loved. In the modern day society of the way that we doing shit now, man, love and respect is not even incorporated into the shit. It's all transaction.
Right about that.
Anybody else got anything to add? Your dating experience with women? Do the girls who tend to come up as the with the single mom, do they feel like I ain't gotta listen? I don't need no man for nothing. I don't. They don't know how to let a man lead, and more or less they just trying to do everything on their own.
Most females that I've dealt with, they feel like they should be running the show. Like they feel like they should be telling you, like, this is how we're going to do things, and yada yada yada, blase. The most single parent household, the female that comes from there, also will try to tell you exactly what a man is and how to be a man. When they have zero clue of what a man is, they've never seen a man be a man.
That's what sucks. Like, but. And the bad part about that is how can we fault them for something that they don't know? They're only going off what they've been seeing, what they've seen, and what they've been told by possibly a bitter woman or the example of the man that they've seen who was Uncle Ray Ray, but treated their mom like shit.
This goes back to, again, social media. This goes back to, again, social media. You see what you want to see.
I can't even put that on social media per se, though, because, I mean, that was happening, you know, back in our days when we was kids.
Yeah.
You know, Rome, I only grew up seeing your parents married and BJ's parents married. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but I don't think
I would say I would definitely agree that there is some social media components that impact people because they're seeing things that they believe is true. But I think that we're dealing with the falsified narratives of families who have been broken and distorted the idea of what a marriage and family would be. Because I grew up with my dad in my life, you know what I'm saying? I grew up with families that were married, you know, mom and dad and cousins and stuff that mom and dads are still together today. When we got to a place where we started making decisions that allow for us to just be the milkman, and then the milkman is the father, and then now we're not with the milkman, and then now we've raised a whole man who is now going to go out here who don't know his father, and you know there's the fact that the man there's these men who knew that they was fathers of kids that they chose not to take care of, or and there's a whole segment of men who did not know that they was fathers. And these women hid the narratives because they didn't want to, expose themselves as the hoes that they was to have just random kids. Like, there's this whole blurred space of where we're not being real with the choices that we made to allow for our kids to understand that we made decisions, and why they ended up in the situations they are. And now those kids are now going out into the world and trying to perpetuate relationships based off of these false narratives that their parents have taught them. So yeah, you didn't know the milkman was your motherfucking father. You didn't know you had a daddy the whole time. So you grew up not realizing that, you know, that a dad is important. And now you go into a relationship and the dude doesn't hold the same weight that a real father would. And then you go have a kid by him. And because you don't appreciate him, now if you have another child with him, you're not going to hold him to the credence of and responsibility of what a man is supposed to do because you never learn those things. That goes back to what I said, where it's the responsibility of the mother and the grandmother to teach women on how to be women, and it's on the fathers and the uncles and stuff to teach men how to be men, so that they can understand the dynamics of their roles in these relationships to be fathers, husbands, mothers, you know, and moms. It just doesn't translate the same way anymore. Because if as a woman, your job is to go get the bag, and I've met plenty of career women. You know what I'm saying? I work in a specific circle where there's a lot of women out here that's getting money. You know what I'm saying? Like they make over $6 a year and all of this stuff, and then they're looking at these men who do menial jobs and stuff like that, who make maybe $50,000 to $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year, and they subpar because they don't make as much money. But if somebody was to punch you in your motherfucking mouth, that $50,000 a year man would protect you. Totally undermine the protection and the security and all the things that he would do based on the dollar amount that you make because of the societal norms that have perpetuated to put women in a position where they can make more money because of wage gap, whatever the fuck we gonna argue. But you don't understand his true value and the true nature of the relationship because ain't nobody taught you that shit. Your grandma, your nana, all these people ain't teaching
and
you.
that's the thing.
This man's role.
That's the thing. They don't understand the value of the role and the position of a relationship. So they just go off on what they think they know. Or what basically their new basic instinct is just to get money. You know what I mean? So it kind of takes your role out because in real talk, it actually
No, we lost Miller.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I mean, he was a little choppy.
Yeah.
you right off. Kick me right fuck off. I guess it's getting too real, so they kicking us off now. Y'all doing too much.
What we got?
Y'all doing
We got 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
4 minutes left. Go ahead. Whatever you want to do, Ron. Wrap it up. Say your goodbyes. Whatever.
Yo, this is Podcast About Nothing. We're gonna be here. I enjoyed this. These are my brothers. T. Dot, C. Mello, Scotch with E. Also, you can catch me on Melanated Geekdom. And T. Dot.
I'm gonna change my name. I'm changing my name to Shooter McGavin next week.
Oh,
That's
shit.
all. Shooter McGavin. I enjoyed it, fellas.
If he gonna change his name, I'm gonna change my name to. Go ahead.
To what?
I thought he was change my name. I'm gonna change my name to Great Mellow. I'm just saying. We got 2 more minutes. I might as well. We got 2 more minutes. I might as well just fuck it up.
Scotch with E. What you want to leave the people with?
This your boy Scotch with E. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook under the name Scotch with E. I'm a private cook chef, and I'm not a chef yet, but I'm working on that. But I'm a private cook, mixologist, and food consultant. So, but also out here living the normal life like a man and would. So, you know what I'm saying? Come check me out. If you ever have any ideas or any questions, holla at your boy.
Yeah. Oh, hold up.
What's the wind down music? That's what we about to play. Again?
Already did it. Already did it.
All right, y'all. We out.
See you later, brothers.